You know, if you want to build a great product, you've got to sell a great story first. So today, we're going to break down a masterclass in how to pitch a big idea by looking at a real-world example, the AI cinematic story engine. This isn't just about the tech. It's about crafting a narrative that grabs investors and doesn't let go. Okay, let's get into it. Every great pitch, right? It starts with a hook. And notice, this one doesn't kick off with features or specs. Nope. It starts with this powerful, really relatable question. It gets right to the core of a problem millions of creators face, and it makes you, the audience, immediately lean in and think, yeah, why is that? This just frames the entire conversation perfectly. So they've got you hooked on the problem. Now, the pitch defines the conflict. It introduces the villain of the story, which is the broken system itself. This sets up a really clear narrative. Right now, creators are stuck choosing between two pretty awful options. And this slide just lays it all out there, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got the old school way. It's slow, unbelievably expensive, and totally out of reach for almost everyone. Then, on the other hand, you have the AI tools we have now. Sure, they're fast, but they just spit out these disjointed, inconsistent little clips that can't actually tell a real story. It's the classic rock and a hard place scenario. And this is the punchline. After showing you those two bad choices, the pitch just drops this key takeaway. This one sentence defines this huge, empty gap in the market. It's not just a small problem, it's a massive hole, just waiting for someone to fill it. Okay, so this is where things get really clever. The pitch takes that gap and completely reframes it. It's not a problem anymore. Now it's a massive business opportunity. They're basically saying, hey, we found treasure where everyone else just saw a wasteland. And this image, it just drives that point home so well. It's simple, but man, is it effective. You've got this slow, clunky Hollywood machine way over here, and the chaotic mess of AI clip tools over there. And right smack in the middle, this huge, empty, untapped space. This isn't about fixing something that's broken, it's about claiming brand new territory. Wow, I mean, this quote is just brilliance. In one single sentence, it tells you exactly what they are not, but more importantly, it tells you what they are. It elevates them from just being another app to being fundamental infrastructure. That's a much bigger, way more ambitious vision, and that is exactly what investors want to hear. So after they've laid out the problem and shown us this massive opportunity, the story finally introduces its hero, the product itself. And the timing is perfect. The audience is totally primed and ready to hear exactly what this solution is. I love this. No jargon, no fluff, just a clean, powerful definition. The key words here are structured, purpose-built, and fully assembled. It's a direct shot, a direct answer to all that fragmentation and chaos we saw earlier. It's an engine, not a toy. And check this out. What's so smart about this slide is how simple it makes everything look. Upload, lock, plan, generate. Just 4 steps. Anyone can get this. It basically tells a creator, hey, you can do this, and it tells an investor, this product is intuitive, it's clean, and it has a clear path for users. All right, the product sounds amazing, but you know what an investor's next question is going to be, right? What's your unique advantage? What's the secret sauce here? This next section tackles that question head on. And here it is, the tech behind the magic. You can see the core advantages right here. Things like the persistent character Bible. That's what solves that annoying problem where characters change from shot to shot. And scene structure generation. Make sure the film actually makes sense, with real narrative logic. These aren't just little features. They're deep architectural advantages that prove they get what cinematic storytelling is all about. And then, boom. Seriously, if you only remember one line from this whole pitch, it's gotta be this one. It's the perfect summary of their entire value proposition. It's short, it's memorable, and it draws a crystal clear line in the sand between them and everybody else. All right, so the tech is solid. It's impressive. But now for the big question. How do you turn that into a massive financial opportunity? The story now shifts from what it is and how it works to why this actually matters, or more to the point, just how big can this thing get? And they start with a number you just can't ignore. Over 200 million creators on YouTube. For an investor, that's not just some abstract number. That's a ready-made audience, a beachhead market that desperately needs this solution right now. But wait, it doesn't stop there. They immediately layer on another massive market, the entire publishing world. Over 4 million books are published every single year, and that creates this huge demand for visual stuff, like book trailers and adaptations that are just way too hard and expensive to make today. Look, a big vision is one thing, but investors, they fund plans. This roadmap is so critical because it shows a clear, disciplined, step-by-step plan to actually capture that market. It builds a ton of confidence that they don't just know what to build, but how to build it piece by piece. A great idea is one thing, but timing. Timing is everything. And this slide answers that all-important why now question. The argument is that the AI tech, the cloud infrastructure, and, most importantly, creator demand have all come together to create the perfect storm. This isn't just a good idea anymore. It feels inevitable. And as they get close to the end, they bring it all back home to that big, bold vision. This is their final, powerful statement. It elevates the entire project from being just another piece of software to being a fundamental shift in how an entire industry works. It's ambitious, it's bold, and it's something you remember. And then they leave you with this. It's the perfect ending. It doesn't end with a number or a feature. It ends with an inspiring question aimed right at the audience. It makes the whole vision personal. For a creator, it's a direct invitation. For an investor, it frames their money as a way to unlock millions of stories. It's not just a pitch, it's a call to action.